It's day 31 of my 31 challenges. Welcome. So excited that you decided to watch this video. I hope you like it. I've been following Marian Smith's 31 challenges, 31 videos, 31 days, and playing along. And so today I'm giving you a fairly good example. I cut out one part where my husband came in and spoke to me for a little while, but this is basically me throwing together a scrapbook page. This is almost exactly how long this particular layout took me. This paper, the stuff that I'm using came out of it was an add-on kit from Studio Calico. I don't know which one it was. I won it from a Studio Calico blog hop. So I'm not sure what month it was from, but I did win it in 2010 towards the end of the year. So you could probably go back and find it based on what you see me use here, because everything I used came out of this collection. My background paper is from Echo Park. The collection that it's from is called A Walk in the Park, and the piece of paper that I'm using is called Playful Stripes. That's that background paper. On the other side of it, I know it's got like diamonds or a crosshatch pattern. It's a green background, and then with a white crosshatch. But on the back side, it has like little banners and little lines and dots and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm sure that's why it's called Playful Stripes. And then those little strips of music paper that you're seeing me put, there's little music notes in all different colors. It's by Sassafras Last from their Indie Girl collection. And the name of this piece of paper is Headphones On. And I really love Sassafras. I hoard it really, really bad, so I'm trying not to be a hoarder anymore. So there's me using some of my Sassafras paper. I love the Indie Girl collection. I wish I had every single sheet and could just hold on to it and paper room with it, but I don't. I won this, and they didn't get it in my local scrapbook store, so this is all I have of it. I really should have ordered it, but no. Trying to be good and not buy stuff that I'm not using. You can see that playful stripe back there. I actually trimmed that when I trimmed it to 12 inches. I trimmed it just a tiny, tiny bit too short. But it's okay. I mean, it works. It's probably an eighth of an inch off, and that doesn't hurt my feelings at all. The photos that you see me scrapbooking are from my godchildren's birthday party from last year. So it's their 2010 birthday party. Their birthdays are not even a week apart. So far, they've had joint birthday party every year, but this year they turned 12 and 6, and so we think this is going to be the last year they'll have the same birthday party. I'm not trimming my photos. I'm using them in 4x6 format, so that makes my page come together even easier. And I cut those two strips of musical note paper so it looks like my photos are matted, but just so I can save as much of this paper as possible and use it, extend it. I don't have it all the way behind them. I could have even cut the pieces smaller. They're about an inch or an inch and a quarter wide. I could have cut them almost half that, but I didn't. I wanted to be generous because I wasn't sure if I was going to trim down my photos at all. And these three photos, the bottom photo is their dad and his dad, or his stepdad. And that's the only really good photo I have of Josh. And then the middle photo is both kids, some party guests, and both of the parents. I think that, unfortunately, is the only photo that I took that had everybody in it. And then, what's in this top photo? The kids are, it's the boys were sitting at a table over in the corner, and Lana, who's their goddaughter, she went over to hang out with the boys. It was before her little friend came. And that photo was sticking over the edge just a hair. I don't even think it's an eighth of an inch. So I wound up leaving it alone because you can't really tell. This is the sticker sheet from the Indie Girl collection, and I'm about to use a whole bunch of stickers off of it. I love Sassafras stickers. You actually saw me use them in my Creative Retreat book, so I guess you do know that I love Sassafras Less, or you do if you've been watching all my videos. But I wanted to use these stickers because I love them, and I love my godchildren and their parents, and, I can't take these stickers with me when I die, so I might as well use them. It doesn't do anybody any good if they're just stuck away in my stash forever. There's actually 3 hearts on that set of stickers, and I've only placed 2 of them right now, but I'll go back and add the 3rd one in just a little while. I was trying to find some place to use one of those stickers from the Dear Lizzie Enchanted collection, but I haven't found a place to put one yet. And actually, I didn't wind up using one on there. This next sheet of paper is also from the Sassafras Lass Indie Girl collection. I love those flowers, and I love the fact that they're on a grid pattern. And the muted tones, which, you know, weren't typically what I thought of when I thought of Sassafras before this particular collection. I know they came out with another one that has kind of muted, more muted than saturated colors. I just love it, and I love their little trim on the end of their sheets, and because I used it, I can't tell you the name of that piece of paper, but I'm sure it's going to be really easy to find if you just pull up Indie Girl. This red pattern piece of paper is some wonderful American Crafts paper from the City Park collection, and it looks like the name of this piece of paper is actually Hyde Park. And it's a beautiful, beautiful sky blue on the back, but I'm using this this red with the little pink. It's reminiscent of a floral design, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, that's a 1-inch circle punch from Fiskars. And so I just punched out, I think I punched 12 circles, and now I'm drawing a stripe right down beside the music note paper. And I'm going to just eyeball these in a row. And I'm going to layer the trim from that, the roughly looking trim. It's actually really flat, but I'm going to pick it up just a little bit. I'm going to layer that on top of the circles. So it's going to kind of look like there's just a scallop. I mean, I guess that's the impression. I just love this layered look of all these patterns. And I think all these colors work really, really well together. There's some there's some stitching in the trim pattern that has that dark reddish color that the circles are. These papers go together really, really well. I drool over Studio Calico's kits. If I was going to be a member of a kit club, it would certainly be in my top picks for kit clubs I'd like to be a member for. I'm kind of glad I have way too much stash right now, so I can't think about being a kit club member because I don't know how I would choose. There's so many good clubs out there right now. But anyway, like I said, everything that's used on this layout came from an add-on. It didn't come from a full kit. It just came from an add-on. And I have material to do at least one more full layout. Look at all the stickers. I had those little Sassafras Lass brown glitter alpha stickers that I'm going to use in a minute. And some of this is stuff I've never had. Like, I've never used any of those Sassafras alphas. I didn't have any American Crafts brads in my collection. And that little package of brads that you can see there to the right above my Glimmer Mist, that's like the perfect amount of brads and, you know, those colors and designs to have. Because how many times are you going to use like 25 brads of the same color? I don't know. Well, I guess if you're making party favors or something. Anyway, I digress, ladies. So here I am. I just did a stripe of my ATG tape down right over the end of those circles that I laid down, and I'm going to put this trim. It's going to take me just a minute to get it centered. This is a layout that came together pretty quickly for me. I know it's my video is just over 25 minutes, but really to get a layout that I'm this happy with done in this short of amount of time, it's pretty awesome. And I just told you a fib. I just realized that coming up there's going to be something that I pulled out of another old kit from when I used to be a member of a kit club, but that's coming much later, and you could certainly make a substitution. Not that anybody's going to copy this layout, but I'm just letting you know. And I didn't use the sketch or anything. I just kind of decided I wanted my pictures going up and down in a row like that, so I didn't have to trim them. I usually do trim or crop on my photos for layouts. I rarely make layouts with 4x6 photos on there, and I'm wanting to get more well, I mean, it depends. I went through a phase where I did, but I'm wanting to get back so that I can just get some of my photos done. Like, well, I mean, I want my layouts to be nice. Now I'm putting that third heart sticker on my layout that I told you was on the sticker sheet, and I was trying to decide where I wanted to put it. And I decided to put it so that my stickers actually make a triangle, so I have a very clear visual triangle of heart stickers on my layout. I'm trying to use some design principles. And then there are some little round stickers on that sticker sheet that goes with the Indie Girl collection. They're round, well, they're circles, and they have flowers in them. And so I'm going to put 3 of those flower circles over there down at the bottom on the right hand side. For some, just, you know, some more playfulness and some more visual interest. I love playing with color and pattern in my layouts, in case you hadn't noticed that. I think it's a lot of fun. And I rarely use cardstock. I need to start incorporating more cardstock just because I don't do it very often. So the add-on came with those brown cardstock glitter stickers from Sassafras Lass, which are fantastic to work with. I had never worked with them before, and I was really, really happy with them. They were thick. They were a wonderful thickness. They didn't tear. It wasn't scary. It wasn't like, oh, I got to peel that letter up very carefully, or I might, you know, mess it up. None of that. I really wanted to use that beautiful journaling spot from the sticker sheet, but it didn't happen for me. So you're going to see me give up. It has a green line, the exact same color of that pattern paper, the green in that pattern paper, and I couldn't do it. I was like, nope, I'm not going to be happy with it. So I'm putting it back on the sticker sheet. And then I'm going to do something else. I wanted a journaling spot. I wanted to write just a little bit of a note about the day on my page. I'm trying to get better about journaling. That's been a real struggle for me because I'm not much of a writer. I mean, I blog a little bit, but I don't write down a lot of feelings about my photos. And when I first started scrapbooking, I thought that however I created the layout, like my first venture into scrapbooking was a mini book full of 8x8 layouts. So not much of a mini, but kind of a maxi mini. But it was about a trip that my husband and I made to Disney World for our 12th anniversary. And I got to really grow. I mean, I had done a couple of scrapbook layouts many, many years before when I didn't know anything about it, and there wasn't really, as far as I knew, anywhere to look on the internet to do it, and it was basically, you know, Miss Grossman time, and I made just like 2 or 3 scrapbook layouts, which I could pull out, and I'm so ashamed of them, but I need to do something with those photos because they're special to me. But when I was working on my Disney album, I wanted every layout that I did to convey how I felt that day. I wanted, you know, wonder and excitement and textures and colors to just, you know, bring out the feeling and the emotion of the photos. And I felt like I did a really good job. I'm still happy with my Disney album. It's really funny because you can kind of, I didn't put the album together in the order that I wanted it because I wanted it more in the order of when we did stuff when we were there. But in the beginning pages that I did were when we went to the pages that I created first were from when we went to the Animal Kingdom, and they're much more similar to each other. You know, most of the animal photos are matted, and then there's a few embellishments on the page, and then the more I got into what I was doing and the more I learned about the fact that it was okay, I could do whatever I wanted. It was so freeing and so wonderful to do that. I was never a person who could just color whatever colors I had with me, like when I was little and we'd go to Captain D's or wherever, and they'd give me 3 crayons and it'd be like red, yellow, and green. and there'd be a little photo, you know, on my menu or whatever to color that had like a horse or a dog or something. I couldn't color my horse or my dog because there's no red or green or yellow horses. I couldn't do that, and paper crafting and scrapbooking has allowed me to do things I never would have been able to do on my own. It's allowed me to play as an adult, and that's been so liberating and so relaxing and so freeing. And I try to get everyone I know who doesn't have some sort of creative outlet. If I know they don't have a creative outlet, I encourage them to join me in scrapbooking, or maybe just make some cards, because everybody needs cards, you know, at least a birthday card to give to somebody once in a while. But this has allowed me to express myself and to just have so much fun and creativity. And I can't tell you how happy it makes me as a person. I can't tell you how exciting it is to give somebody a card and they look at it and they're like, "Oh, you made this. That's awesome." I mean, it wouldn't matter what it looked like. It wouldn't matter if it was actually pretty or not. Although I really hope all my cards I give people at this point are pretty. I spent an entire year last year trying to learn to make cards because I wasn't happy with them. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get back to what I'm actually doing. That journaling spot you see is from Pink Paisley. I used to be a member of a kit club. I was a member of the Bad Girls Kit Club. And Bad Girls still has a kit club. They're not regular kits. They're ginormous artsy kits now. And they quit doing their regular, you know, $40 a month scrapbook kits. But that was a gift, a Christmas gift from my husband. It was like the best gift ever, because it really helped me with the ability to put together things that I wouldn't normally maybe have put on a scrapbook layout, because those pages were so, the gallery there is just wonderful and everything's so artsy fartsy and beautiful, and it really helped me grow in my craft. And, you know, I mean, I think it's, you know, my husband says that I craft. I'm a crafter, and I'm really proud of that. I like what I craft, or most of the time, and if I don't like it, I just change it to something I do like. But it makes me happy. It's really 10 times more about how it makes me feel, way more than it's how it looks. And I think probably everyone who has some sort of hobby or craft that they enjoy probably feels that exact same way. Anyway, so that's from Pink Paisley. It was from the Sweet Treats collection. They came with journaling cards and the clear overlays, kind of like Basic Grey does, or those may be from Creative Imaginations. But anyway, it's several years old, so I'm sure you probably can't get those anymore. But it's just a blue card, and the lines on it are pink, but it still kind of matches with my music note paper over there. And so I poked 3 holes with a paper piercer because I was too lazy to get up and grab my Crop-A-Dile, which was across the room. I used the yellow, not yellow, that's orange. Man, I must be getting tired. I used an orange, a reddish pink brad that matches really closely to the circles of the American Crafts paper that I cut out, and then green shiny bling is in that 3rd brad that I put on my journaling card. The blue glazed brad was really, really pretty, but it was really close to the color of my journaling card. And I also have put, or I'm about to put, another one of the stickers from that Sassafras Lass Indie Girl sticker sheet. If you hear paper rattling, that is my kitty cat climbing on top of my scrapbook supplies. There's a bag from our local scrapbook store laying on top of all my stuff, and one of my kitty cats has jumped up there. Starbuck, kitty, kitty, kitty. See if I can get her down, because it sounds loud to me. I don't know if the mic is picking that up. Anyway, so I'm doing some journaling, which I'm really happy about. I've done several layouts the past couple of days. I didn't do the other ones on camera, and I really wanted to do something kind of special on camera. And I love creating scrapbook layouts. I don't know that I did a single scrapbook layout last year, because it was my year to learn to do cards and to work on mini books. And I did those things and somehow my layouts got pushed to the side. Well, actually, I think I did a couple of layouts last year, but so far for 2011, I've done one, two, three, four layouts. They're all of the kids' birthday party from 2010, but I'm really happy with them. And I actually was killing two birds with one stone because I'm making layouts, which is something I want to be doing. And each one of the layouts that I've completed has been for a challenge over at 2Ps, which I wanted to do more scrapbooking challenges this year because I just felt like that would help me push myself and get things accomplished and maybe show me how to use things differently on a page. Like one of my layouts that I did yesterday was to do a super simple scrapbook page, which I took to mean a scrapbook page with a lot of white space, and I'm doing air quotes around white space because, I used a piece of pattern paper because I am the queen of using pattern paper on my scrapbook pages. I have very little actual solid colored cardstock in my collection. I actually finally went and bought a pack of 25 sheets. They're different colors. I think there's 5 sheets of each color, and they're really pretty jewelry tone colors, but it's so funny because people are always like, Charity, do you have a piece of green cardstock, just plain green cardstock or black cardstock at a crop? And I'm like, oh no, that's why I'm cropping here because I don't own any solid color cardstock. And then most of the solid colors I do use come out of my girlfriend Teresa's scrap binder because we take our scraps, like our pieces that are still big enough to do stuff with. I'm kind of, if I super love a piece of paper, like if it was that Indie Girl paper, then I would hold on probably to a 2-inch square of it to use. But most of my paper, if it's smaller than my hand, or okay, if it's smaller than half the size of my hand, then I throw it away. If I'm not immediately going to use it that night, I don't save it forever. But anything, about half the size of my hand or bigger, I put in a binder, and I have my binder divided by color. I do put like the pink and the white together, and I think I put gray and black together. But it's a 12 by 12. It's actually a school bus themed scrapbook for 12 by 12 sheets that I bought at Big Lots for like $5. But, that was inexpensive for what I wanted it for. And then I only allow myself to keep scraps in that binder so that it closes correctly. Now, I use my scraps all the time, and that's how I kind of keep it whittled down, is I go in and use them, and I use them for my card making. All the cards that I make are usually made from scrap pieces of paper. I try not to cut up 12 by 12 paper for cards unless I bought it specifically for a special card. Okay, where am I at on my layout? You saw me, now I'm adjusting those Sassafras Last brown glitter alpha stickers, and it says Birthday Busy. That's the title for my page, and it's called Birthday Busy because basically all the photos, to me, the feeling in the photos to me is that how busy and hectic everything was. I mean, Josh and Joe were watching what all's going on down at the bottom and talking about it, but in the other photos, it's activity. They're high activity photos, and so I thought Birthday Busy was a good title. I'm not really good at titling my pages because that's something new for me that I'm trying to work on. I still a lot of times do pages that don't have titles, but I'm trying to get better. I don't think it's bad not to have a title. I just some pages I think call for titles, and this one I think did, to kind of balance it all out. You can just barely see that cloud on the top of the journaling. I've got my layout upside down because it was easier for me to get those stickers positioned. And I tried really hard to get them straight. It's probably not perfect. I don't know that I'd hold a ruler up to it, but it worked for me. Oh, and what I'm doing right now is pulling the eye off because I didn't even pull the dot for the eye off when I pulled the original eye off for the birthday. Because I knew I'd be moving it around. I didn't want to have to keep up with the dot. I was afraid I would lose it. And moving the bee around again. I'm going to look at it and then I'm going to decide I want to use another sticker. I knew exactly which one I wanted. There's a blue arrow. And I'm going to add it right under my title, pointing towards the photos. And to me, that finished off my layout just perfectly. I'm extremely happy with it. I'm going to try to give you a good shot of it. I'll put some photos on my blog. I'm probably going to wait till tomorrow to take photos for my blog just so I can take them in daylight. Marion, thanks so much for the challenges. Ladies, you did a great job, and thanks so much for watching.